activities out of this country.
Yes, thank you. We move on to our next news updates, where US Deputy Treasury Secretary Michael Faulkender has announced that several trade agreements are expected to be unveiled as early as next week. This development comes amid the Trump administration's ongoing efforts to secure favorable trade terms that support American industries and workers. The administration has engaged in extensive negotiations with various international partners, aiming to finalize deals before impending tariff deadlines. These trade agreements are anticipated to cover multiple sectors and are part of a broader strategy to reduce trade imbalances. While specific details of the forthcoming agreements have not been disclosed, officials suggest that the deals will prioritize benefits for domestic industries and reduce dependency on imports. Market analysts are closely watching these developments, as the announcements could influence economic growth and investor confidence. The expected trade agreements mark a significant step forward in the administration's trade policy agenda, highlighting a continued focus on strengthening the United States' position in the global marketplace. We're once again joined by Scott Faulkender to discuss this in further detail. Scott, could rushing these trade deals before tariff deadlines backfire for both American businesses and consumers down the line? What are your thoughts?
They could. I mean, what you're dealing with here is Trump and his administration are literally trying to completely reinvent the world trade system globally in one big jump, and it's a massive gamble that America has been on the short end of a lot of trade relationships over the last several decades. It's certainly hollowed out our manufacturing capacity in the United States as people seek cheaper venues to manufacture goods and bring them into the United States. Trump wants to change that, but again, we're talking. We're just started July of his first year, and to try to literally take something that has been operational for well over 50 years on a global scale and try to do something in months is a tall order. And again, has it all been gamed out by his economists? I would say that there's a lot of variables that probably still not really being thought through. The other piece of the puzzle is at the end of July, Congress leaves, most of Washington leaves because it's hot and humid, and Europe tends to take vacation. So unless these deals lock down before the end of July, we're going to be seeing mid-September before a lot of this stuff is going to play out.
Scott, July the 9th is obviously the deadline, and it's really creeping up on us, with only the United Kingdom so far securing a trade deal. What is your response to critics that say this is a form of protectionism, this is a form of unilateral bullying? Do you think these labels are acceptable?
Bullying might be a strong term. Protectionism, it definitely is. Again, when you look at how did America grow in the 19th century, how did we fuel our industrial revolution to become the world's industrial power before World War I, it was a lot based on tariffs, that we protected our system and allowed our entrepreneurs to grow their industries. And Trump is in essence going back to the future to try to bring that back, because he knows that America's industrial might isn't what it used to be, in part because it's been hollowed out by trade deals in the past and people seeking cheaper labor elsewhere in the world. Again, it's a huge revolution, a huge fundamental rethinking of the global trading system, and it's a huge gamble.
Scott, thank you. My sincerest apologies. Also, I just gave you a bit of false information. Vietnam has also agreed to a trade deal with the United States yesterday. Apologies for that.